So to the leaders who are ready to build with purpose, I am talking to you today. If you are tired of winging it, if you are sick and tired of recruiting agents but can't seem to retain them, if your team is growing but your systems are not, it is time to stop scaling in chaos and start creating structure. Happy Tuesday. Welcome back to Final Expense Telesales. My name is Dana Neeson. I just finished watching the most powerful interview from the Diary of a CEO, Stephen Bartlett, interviewing Simon Sinek.
You can't scale special.
And it hit me like a brick. We're living in an era where we can just ask AI to summarize anything for us. And when we do that, we're skipping the lessons, we're skipping the pain, we're skipping the growth, and just getting the answers without learning the wisdom is stunting your ability to truly grow. Simon Sinek even said it himself in this interview, that it's not all of the words that he put on those pages in his wonderful books that made him a better person and a better business owner. It was the actual act of writing it and putting his thoughts on paper that made him a better person. Because true growth is not found in the shortcuts, it's found in the struggle. What type of wisdom can you actually provide a future leader if you did not see some of the shortfalls coming, that you just know the answer of how to get there? The simple act of even asking for a summary instead of just sitting and learning it, we are literally robbing ourselves of the process of being human. So look, I'm not an idiot. I use AI. I do. But I don't use it to replace the journey. I use it to support the journey. Hey, can you see if there's any grammatical errors in this? Hey, can you maybe take these ideas and make it sound sexier, right? Like, that's the type of stuff I use it for. But what really struck me about this episode is when they started talking about growth and scale of companies.
You can't scale special. Scale breaks things. Scale always, like Microsoft versus Apple, right? So Apple wanted the highest quality operating system in the world, right? So what did they do? They refused to clone. Microsoft said, we're happy to clone our operating system. So it was a little bit different on Dell, it was a little bit different on IBM, wherever you use it was slightly different. And they had 90-something% of the world's operating systems. It's because you have to trade quality for scale.
And it just tied into the life insurance business so well. I just felt so compelled to share this with you. Everybody wants to scale fast, right? Everybody wants to recruit 100 agents overnight. Everybody wants to go viral, 10x our revenue, do all the things, get to $1 million a month as quickly as we possibly can. But is that actually what makes a strong business? How fast we grow and how fast we scale? Because according to this interview and according to Simon Sinek, if that exponential growth is not rooted in truth, discipline, leadership, structure, training, culture, all the things that can make the experience the same from the first person coming in to the 500th person coming in, companies that grow and scale at an exponential rate typically crumble from the inside out.
Scale breaks companies because wrong is easier and right takes effort.
And they don't crumble because of external pressure to have that exponential growth. They crumble because of internal weakness. And ever since I started Empowered Life Group, I have been very intentional about our growth. I have been very intentional about the people that I bring in. I've been very intentional about making sure that I can bring new agents into something with structure, with training modules, with organization, with the same messaging, so that by the time they're ready to get on the phones, anybody can do it. It's a duplicatable, repeatable process. Just throw people into a Zoom room and tell them to figure it out. And now that I have all of that done, now that I have put in the blood, the sweat, and the tears of the months and months of work that took me to build that, we are now ready to bring on new agents. We now have leaders that are ready to bring on new agents that have been trained and supported by me. So any new agent that comes in not only gets the training, structure, and support from me and empower in what I've built, but you now have multiple layers and levels of support so that as a new agent, you can feel safe. And as a leader, you can grow and scale into something that does not require a sink or swim mentality. What we are doing at Empower is building structure for leaders who are ready to scale into something big because the foundation is solid. So to the leaders who are ready to build with purpose, I am talking to you today. If you are tired of winging it, if you are sick and tired of recruiting agents but can't seem to retain them, if your team is growing but your systems are not, I am telling you right now, it is time to stop scaling in chaos and start creating structure. Without structure, your growth becomes destruction. At an Empowered Life group, I have created an entire Agent University course that you can use for your team to bring people in with stability. It is a completely full plug-and-play onboarding course for your agents. It is built for leaders who are serious about having the right culture, having the right systems, and who want long-term success. I'll never forget one of the things that a friend of mine in the industry said to me, that one of the worst things about being a broker is that a lot of leaders build their success off of other agents' failures. And I have to agree that the majority of this industry is finding that to be true. And in the building of this agency, that is not the way that I wanted to lay the foundation here. Inside this university, your agents will learn how to get contracted, how to set up their dialer CRM, how to buy leads. There's a course on the script, how to write applications, tutorials on every carrier. We even talk about how to track your business, how to make sure that you're managing your answer rates and your ROI, and build momentums to keep them consistent and coachable, right? You don't have to build everything from scratch. That's my job, right? Let me do that. I just need leaders who want to lead with intention and utilize the tools that I have built for scaling and growing something with a super strong foundation. The tools let you scale with stability, right? That is the key word, stability. I am here to raise the standards for what leadership looks like in this industry, and I want to transfer those leadership skills to you. But when you bring agents in and give them an opportunity in life insurance, you aren't just giving them an opportunity, you are co-signing on future debt. What other industry would you ever get yourself in where every time you brought someone in, you were PGing your signature on future business that someone you barely even know is writing? Because if it doesn't work out for them and they exit that business, who takes the debt? Who takes the fall? You do. And if you exit the business, who takes the fall? I do. And if I exit the business, who takes the fall? My IMO. And so that is completely chaotic. And even though we won't be able to prevent everybody from writing bad business and exiting and leaving us with debt, there's definitely a certain amount of roll-up debt that we're all going to be able to have to be okay with taking. But we can prevent a lot of it simply by bringing people into a system that allows them the freedom that they feel that they have in order to succeed. You are a leader that feels like you can't retain or keep agents, or you want to lead, but you feel incredibly uncomfortable bringing people into a system that you barely got out of alive, or you're a unicorn, right? If you're a unicorn and you did really well out of the gate, is what you did teachable? Is it duplicatable? Or are you just looking for other unicorns? Because that will also limit your growth. If you are ready to scale with structure, I am telling you right now, the way that I've built the course, you can use to onboard and develop your team, whether you have 5 agents or whether you have 50. I am here to raise the bar. I am ready to build this right, and I am ready to stop the sink or swim mentality that this industry has. At the end of the day, we are all humans. Even though we are independent contractors, we still feel like we can thrive best when we come into something with structure and organization. And I fully believe that the messaging and the training and the coaching can be just as strong from the top all the way down to the 500th to the 1,000th person that comes in if you do it the right way. Tomorrow, I am heading to the Life Insurance Academy Telesales Bootcamp. I will be gone the rest of the week. There is no book club meeting this week, but I am here to want to work with people that want to do things for the right reason. Growth and scale is great, but growth and scale for the sake of the look at me and how fast I built it is not great. If the foundation isn't solid, we have temporary growth with a lot of headaches on the back end. If you want to learn more about working with me and joining the Empower Life Group movement, you can go to my website at empowerlifegroup.com. You can email me at dana@empowerlifegroup.com. I am very excited for what's to come, what we're building, and I'm looking for the right people who want to build with me. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll have more training videos for you next week. Bye.